Hello everybody. So today I'm doing a tarot reading for the sign of Virgo. As usual, if you know me, you know I always shuffle my cards before I start the video, save you guys some time, so everything's all ready to go. Now I don't look at the cards beforehand, so everything's face down. I like to leave that for us to look at together to see what's going on. Now, the first position that I'm going to reveal talks about the recent past, so that's where we're going to get started. So let's take a look. I have the Eight of Cups, that's my tarot card. And then I have here the nut, or the acorn, whatever that looks like to you, as my oracle card. So to me, this feels like leaving something we just started, or dropping something that is like new. Like either you got like an object that's new, and then you pitched it for some reason. That's one scenario, okay? And then the other scenario is essentially like you just started a job, you just got something new, and then you walked away. That's what I'm getting from this, is ditching something new. Let's see what else comes out, why, and maybe even more specifics on what I'm going to have to pull cards on. So give me a second on that. So tell me more about the card came up, but I'm going to pull one more. Tell me more about the Eight of Cups with the nut here. Tell me about the Eight of Cups with the nut. Tell me about the Eight of Cups with the nut. Tell me about the Eight of Cups. Okay, that didn't want to shuffle. So I have Leo. That was the first card that came out, the Oracle card of Leo. Leo's all about fun. And then we have the City. So it's interesting because it could be that we left something for the sake of fun, for the sake of like fun in the city, like fun with other people, good times, like mingling in like a very like a heavy social setting. On the bottom, I have Mercury. So again, mingling, right? Mercury's communication. Let's see. Yeah, it's like we moved. It's like we're just focusing on fun right now. We're focusing on fun, and we're kind of like taking a rest period from maybe if there was like bullshit in the past, or we're just taking a rest period from all of that. That's what I'm getting from this, and having some fun. Walking away from even new things, anything that is like heavy in any way, we're walking away from just for some fun times. All right, let's keep going because I don't want to get stuck in the past here. Let's move on to the present. Now, I want to start in the position of the head. Now, this tells me your thoughts at the moment, and I think that's going to give me more insight into these two cards. So let's look at that. I have the Five of Swords with the number 2. So this is this is an argument with another person. This is essentially almost like, I feel like a burning of bridges. Like I burnt that bridge, and like I was saying, you walked away from something, could have been a new job or a new endeavor, right? And it could have been because of this argument. There's a sense of loss here, like maybe we were wrong, but we still did it anyway. Let me pull a card on this. Five of Swords is about about being wrong, in a sense. Somebody was wrong. I guess somebody's always wrong in an argument, right? Let's see. Tell me about the 2 with the Five of Swords. The 0. Okay. So this might have been impulsive. We might have acted impulsively, and remember, these cards represent our thoughts, which is gonna kind of giving me insight into what happened in the recent past. Okay, that's how I'm like piecing all this together. Now, our thoughts are about the fact that we had this argument, and we might have been a little bit impulsive. We might have said some things that didn't work out to our benefit. That might have been just like impulsive, like word vomit. And that's kind of on the bottom here, reiterated by the fact that the Princess is on the bottom of the deck. The Princess is all about being youthful and naivete, inexperience. So maybe we fucked up. Maybe that's what's running through our heads, is like, well, we fucked up, but I kind of feel like you're not that sad over it, even though you might have been the one to pick the argument, or you might have been the one in the wrong, or it might have been like on some level you didn't really need to have this argument. But yeah, let's move on to the position of the heart. This is still the present moment, but this is going to tell me how you guys are feeling about this, which is what I want to know next. So I have the 10 of Pentacles with the rabbit. You guys are actually feeling like you have everything you need monetarily, financially, on like a world stage. You're literally feeling like you have all the abundance, like worldly abundance that you need. Whether or not you have a shitload of stuff is irrelevant. That's how you're feeling. And because of that, this is making a lot more sense that we're willing to walk away from something, even if it's just brand new. We're willing to drop it because we're like, fuck it, we're good, and we're gonna have some fun. Okay. I don't think I need to pull a card on this, but I will just because, wow, a bunch of cards fell out. Ugh. I was just gonna pull one card. I guess I'll read these. Okay, so we have Libra with the cave. Again, I'm just describing. I'm just looking a little bit deeper into this, which is all this is feeling like we have a lot of abundance. We have a lot of like a support structure and infrastructure around us. That's how we're feeling. And we're also feeling like a deep sense of fairness with that. We deserve it. We're feeling like we deeply, deeply deserve it. And again, going back to this, that's again why we probably walked away from something we didn't want. And we might have even told somebody to fuck off. But yeah, we know we deserve it. We know we deserve it. And that's essentially what I'm getting from the heart position. So let's move on. I'm going to move still. The last position of the present is going to be the next one. And then I'm moving on to the future to see what's about to happen to you guys. But before we do that, let's look at the position of the hand. This tells me the actions you guys are taking, but like the outward actions. Like how you're dealing with other people, situations in the outer world, not just like inside your house and stuff. So I guess that could still apply if you're dealing with other people. But anyway, the position of the hand. I have the 8 of, nope, that's strength. Southern Embrace, the strength card, with the oracle card of the eye here. This is restraining ourselves, like watching and holding up, watching and waiting. It could be that after we had this argument, now we're just kind of like watching and like holding our breath to see how it kind of plays out. But let's see what comes out here for clarifier cards. Yeah, you're like trying, you're holding your action. If you play a Dungeons and Dragons, then you know what I'm talking about. And you're watching for something. What is that something? What's the 8 of strength? What's the strength card here? What's the strength card? What's the strength card with the eye? What's the strength card with the eye? All right. The number 6 with the bridge. So you're holding up, waiting for an opportunity for good times. You're literally just like holding up and waiting for somebody to like send you an invite to a party, for your family to have you come over for dinner. I feel like that's what you're like on the lookout for. You're not doing anything. You're just on the lookout for that. All right. Still, I'm still curious about what it was that you walked away from, but whatever. It's in the past, so I guess I'll let that slide. All right. So let's take a look at the future. What's going to happen to you guys? What's coming up in the next 2 weeks to a month? I have the 6 of Swords. Wah, wah. The 6 of Swords is actually not great. It's like having to adjust to something that, well, if you're adjusting to it, it's because you weren't used to it before. So it's something we're not used to that we have to accept and integrate. That's the 6 of Swords. And with Cancer, it has to do with your emotions or your family or your living situation with the people that you live with. Familiar people, right? Cancer is either the people you live with, your family, or friends, I suppose, if they're close. It's like your emotional support team. That would be Cancer. And it's with the 6 of Swords here, well, somebody's going through it. Somebody's going through a tough adjustment period. All right. I had 4 cards come out. That's a lot of cards. Jeez, a lot of cards are coming out for all the positions. So I have the 9 with the hand here. And then I have the staff with the, the house. Can't think of my words today. There's a lot here. So somebody's asking for help. Somebody needs help because it could literally be something to do with their house. Could literally have something to do with your home. And, but I'm also getting with the hand here that somebody's asking for help because they don't know how to do the job. And I think maybe you do. That is the 9. The 9 is like proficiency. So it could be that they're asking for help with somebody who has greater proficiency because they're having a tough time dealing with this problem that's either in their house or about their house. This could just be you also. And that's what I'm getting coming up for you, unfortunately. Now let me pull advice and see how you guys should be dealing with this, because I think an advice it might tell us how to address this adjustment period, this problem. Let's take a look. Okay, can I have some, we're gonna do tarot cards first. So let's get some positive advice, please. Positive advice for my Virgo signs. What should my Virgos be doing about any situation or that particular situation? We'll leave it open, but hopefully it'll tell us about that particular situation. Can I have some advice for my Virgos, please? Advice for my Virgos. Okay, death. Death. That's odd. Changes. There are changes. Okay. Oh. Okay. Well, it could be that the changes are to your home. On the bottom, the 6 of Swords showed up again, and it's showing up with the 10 of Pentacles. Could be again that there are going to be changes with your home. I don't think you want this, especially because this card showed up in the position of the heart, which is like you guys feel pretty good about your home and your living situation. But I feel like something is happening where we're being forced to readjust. Whether that means like people are moving in, people are moving out, you're moving out. There's an adjustment here and there's a change here with the Death card. You are still holding your action. You're still holding your action for this to happen. In the meantime, I think you're just watching out and having fun. Let me pull an Oracle card. But I think this Death card is telling me to prepare for changes. Tell me more advice for my Virgos. Tell me more advice for my Virgos. Okay, the ear. Interesting. So, you guys got to be aware of things that are going on around you. The ear is about like awareness, right? There are going to be changes. You guys need to be aware of this. That's the advice. Like, excuse me, don't just go and have fun. Like, I feel like you guys are more focused on fun right now and you're dropping whatever isn't like on that track. You guys got to be aware of things having to do with your living situation. Pay attention to that right now. That's essentially what the cards are telling me. Pay attention to that because there's something about a contract that's going to suck. And it's going to result in an adjustment period that you're going to have to deal with soon. So be very careful with that. Be aware of that. Could be, it does make sense for this period, right? A lot of people just move. Could be you guys are just going through a move. Maybe you're not prepared for it. But I'm getting that there's like a lack of awareness about it here. Again, this could just apply to somebody who you're nearby. None of these cards can all pick up on somebody who you're next to, by the way. They don't, if you're close to someone and they're harboring these energies, I could be picking up on that. But anyway, let me just take a look at the next couple Oracle cards here to see if I can get more information. Whoa. The mouth. So we got the ear and the mouth, all the communicative cards, and Mercury and Venus. You have got to talk about money. You have got to become aware and communicative about money and about the situation and about the changes. You gotta like snap out of this like fun state where we're just kind of like dropping the ball on anything that isn't us having fun. You got to pay attention to this thing, these changes that might come up if you don't pay attention to them. That's what this is saying. And it's going to require talking. It's going to require maybe even spending money with Mercury, but definitely communication with Mercury in the mouth. You guys got to communicate. You got to communicate and to keep yourselves just aware of anything specifically like having to do with the home. That's the advice. Okay, guys? So hopefully that made sense to you guys, and hopefully that helps you out in the next couple of weeks. Regardless though, thank you guys so much for taking an interest in my videos. I really do appreciate it. If it did resonate for you, press the like button for me. That helps me out. It helps the algorithm, so I do appreciate it. And I'll see you guys next week. Take care.